survival. Now let's go play some MWRPG. I'm not going to start from the beginning, I'm going to show you 2 dungeons from the game so you have an idea, a little bit of an idea of what you can find in the game. We are in a certain area of the 2nd chapter. There are 4 chapters in the game. This is halfway to chapter 2. Of a disclaimer, I raised considerably the levels of my party so we can go through the dungeon faster and doesn't take so long, so you can see everything there is to see in this area. To be more specific, in this chapter we are saving maidens that are kidnapped by the villain. Which sounds cliché, but it's based on the first Wonder Boy game. Since Monster World is based on all franchise games of Monster World, Wonder Boy, the West. Lion Man, for example, in this area, they're all based from the 8-bit Sega Master System game, the 3rd game, Wonder Boy 3 Dragon's Trap. While Max attack failed until AC blinded him for a bit. Sometimes throughout the game you will find this kind of blocks. They're only destroyed once you defeat enough enemies that are hidden in these skulls here that move around. Use the earthquake. It doesn't cause that much damage, but it hits everyone. Surrender with help. And it has earth based damage. It's very good against the samurai because he's lightning based in this game. Lightning is the opposite of earth. When the screen flashes, it's a critical attack. See? Alright. Oh sorry, there's one left. Here it is. Should be faster. A hint for the whole game, but especially more advanced dungeons. Let me just escape this one so I can explain what I was going to say. careful with different patterns on the floor, like these. They're traps or switches, it depends on the area. But paying attention on the scenery is also good for puzzles. Notice anything different here? Let me just... Let me try some attack items. Go. Gotta be more careful. Let me heal a little bit. This should be good for now. Tapping the keyboard can help, so you just don't move straight into a trap. Always be careful. Alright. So this is made in purpose to fool the player. Looks like an arrow pointing here, but it should go the opposite way. Now we can move forward. Alright. Always be careful. Traps in this game, they don't cause a lot of damage, but they accumulate fast. You gotta be real careful. Let me heal up a little more. And whenever you find a character or an object with this pencil box floating, is a place you can save. Let me... File 2. Alright, there are 15 files in the game. Just say, I recommend saving different ones just in case. Again, pay attention to the scenery. This floor is darker. You don't get damage, but you lose time. You have to return and risk more random battles. Another puzzle area. If you make a mistake in block sliding puzzles and you can't move them anymore, just get out of the room and return. They'll be resetted. can move on. You don't have to, shouldn't pay attention only to the scenery, but also to sounds like this. Pay closer attention. Every dungeon in the game has several puzzles for it to solve. Lots influenced by Zelda or other older games from the Super Nintendo era, Sega Genesis. So you gotta pay a lot of attention to what you're doing. But there's no such thing like as a puzzle that's impossible to be solved. If it looks like you're stuck, you can get out of the room, return. There might be characters around with hints. Also, enemies like here can appear out of nowhere. So don't just go walking around with low HP. Try and stock on items just in case. When you play the game, these mini-bosses will be much harder. But again, I raised my levels just so things can go faster for you guys. Bunch of lit candles. What's the difference here? If a character or object has the heart box above his or her head, then it's a healing spot. They're rarely free, so you have to spend some money. game. Notice anything different in this room? Based on the third game of the series, Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap, there are several hidden doors like this. But to prevent you having to just go touching every wall in the game, you have to pay a close attention. This symbol here is only this area in the whole dungeon, so it's a small hint for you. Check all kinds of different visuals in the scenery, like tree vines where there are none usually, objects that usually are moving like flames, but in a certain wall in another dungeon look to be stopped, like there's no time, and so on. Let's move on. Got one final candle. Excuse me for a second. Okay, here we go. Again, it was much easier than it should have been because of my high level. I used special codes to reach these levels. A normal player shouldn't be this high here. This high level, I mean. have a setup spell. Many different options. These are closed for now. Throughout the journey you can open these. Here's are different spells. I have this so far. This one is weaker than the one I have, but it hits everyone. So let me use it. Spells. I currently with Earthquake, which hits everyone. It's weaker than Firestorm. But I always like hitting all enemies at once. Genes. Each gene you get from one of the animal knights of the game. They are more defined. And besides some skills, they always give you 3 battle skills and 1 map skill. This one, Lion Man, decrease the enemy counter rate. Let me equip it. The Piranha Man gene allows you to swim, to breathe underwater. The Mouse gene lets you walk through certain blocks. And the Lizard gene allows you to break floating blocks. They're all based on the Master System game. Party is your team. I'll keep the team I have. Wonder Book has lots of information. Journal. You can see the characters you met throughout your journey. The current side quests you have. Enemy guide with information about enemies. And general data. Of course, how long have you been playing? In this case, almost 3 hours. But it's not a perfect method of measuring the time, because due to how the program the game was made in works, it can't measure time when you are in battle, only outside it, so it's not a perfect time, just an idea. Notebook is useful. If you stay some time without playing the game, you can just come here, it will tell you what you're currently doing. Party stats. There are still 2 characters to find throughout the journey. Let's leave for now. Help is general help. Good main descriptions. Attributes, condition, element info, searching items, the terms, and 2 extra hints. You can check this out in the game. And I think that's it for now. I was going to do 2 dungeons, but that would take too long, I think. A single dungeon has taken long enough. Remember, normally it should take longer and have a bigger challenge. I just raised my levels a lot for convenience sake. So I hope you have lots of fun with the game, and let us know what you think of it. Take care!